I say there is no such thing as Russian cuisine.
Fried eggs, maybe.
Well, I mean,
Pyrogi?
Чебурек.
Normal Turkish breakfast is another level of eating experience.
They die young but happy.
Yeah, a lot of salads in Russia, obviously.
How big are your tables?
Like this one,
Oh my God.
It's a buckwheat with milk.
Is
we
there a
call
name?
it ince belli.
It's Ukrainian.
Traditional.
It's Ukrainian / Polish.
Anything Asian.
Gooey, doughy, texture.
Vinaigrette.
Really, woman, man,
Well,
server.
that's cool, yeah.
It's simple. Yeah, you just take dough, you put meat inside.
It's sweet.
Because it's sugar with sugar and sugar. Hello, and welcome to the new episode of the Big Apple School Podcast, the bi-weekly English show where we speak about everything under the sun. The major goal of the show is to help you improve your listening skills and, of course, learn something new. My name's Katya, I'm your host, and today with me,
I'm Ugur.
and
Natalie.
yeah, a little bit of changes today. There are only 3 of us instead of 4, so let's see how that goes. But first of all, how are you doing, guys? What's up? What's new? What's shaking?
Everything is like normal. Spring is coming.
Yeah.
We are
yeah.
happy.
Oh God, yeah, the
Yay.
sunlight.
It's getting warmer.
Yeah, the sunlight.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
To wake up
finally.
and see the sun, it's like it hits on a whole different level, a whole new
Mhm.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you have also told us some news that you have cut out half.
Oh, yeah. That's it's a kind of news. Yeah,
It's big news. In my life, it would be
in my
huge
case,
news.
it's a kind of It's
So how
half of
long
my
has it
breakfast.
been?
It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God, how are you feeling?
I'm all right.
Are you feeling homicidal?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It
Okay.
hasn't
It'll come
happened yet.
later.
Yeah. I'm just trying to hold that demon inside, but I'm not going to release it. All right. I'm
Not
all
here,
right.
please.
Thank
Not on
you.
camera.
Yeah. We are air on. We are on.
Be safe over
Yeah.
here, you know.
I don't know.
What about you, Natalie? How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. As always, I would say. Not many new things.
Caffeinated.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. As you can see.
Water.
Water. Yeah.
They are, you know, kind of doing that because we've just discussed accents before the podcast. So, you know. So guys, and we're here today to talk about cuisine and food. And as usual, we have the main part of the podcast, but we also have the after show. And normally, you know, in the after show, we discuss some sort of more personal things, something that does not go in the main part. And if you're listening if you want to listen, and if you're interested in the after show, you can check it out in our private Telegram chat. This is also where we post vocabulary lists, some videos, and so on. So you can find a lot of interesting stuff there that will make your English learning journey more useful and more fun. But actually, I've got a little announcement that today, since the topic is cuisine and food in our after show, we're going to try some unusual snacks from different countries. We've got some from Japan, from Korea.
Yay.
Yeah, I went crazy in the store, really. So yeah, stay with us for the after show to see what it was like. Hey.
Yay.
So, and since we're talking about cuisine and food, of course, the expected question that I'm going to ask first is, what are the traditional dishes in everyday life? So in Turkey, in Russia, I can say a little bit about the US.
Mm-hmm.
Daily food that people consume every day.
Yeah, but something like is there anything local that probably is not that widespread or cannot be found in other countries that you eat?
Good question.
Let's say we can start with, let's say, breakfast. So what is a normal Turkish breakfast?
Normal Turkish breakfast is another level of eating experience. So you have different kinds of cheese, different. Yeah, like 5 or 6 different kinds of cheese, like a cottage cheese, like cheddar, but Turkish cheddar, like white cheese, like feta cheese, Turkish feta cheese and everything. And it's minimum 4 or 5. And you have like olives, green, black, and a different types, of course, like minimum 3 types in a traditional Turkish breakfast.
How big are your tables? How big are your tables?
Like this ones, but yeah, you can fill this table with the breakfast items in a way. Yeah.
Mhm.
So wait, if there is cheese and olives, that means there must be something that goes on.
No. If you have a bread, and as a regular Turkish person, if you're having your breakfast, you need a bread to eat all those cheese and olive.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you can just spread the cheese on the bread.
Yes, logical.
And you have your tea, Turkish tea.
Uh-huh.
And,
Oh,
yeah.
what do you call these? Because the cup is kind of, it's shaped in a certain way. Is
we
there a
call
name?
it ince belli,
Oh.
Injibelli.
yeah, which means thin waist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
ince belli. It's also traditional Turkish
Mhm.
teacup or
Yeah, I actually
tea
bought
glass.
some.
Yeah.
You know, after being to Turkey, I
Mhm.
decided to
Aw.
buy some.
And that one is mostly used in the breakfast. So it's kind of a classic traditional thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we have lots of jams.
Mhm.
We have lots of marmalades.
You know what I picture? And just tell me if I picture it correctly. You know, it's not just a lot of cheeses, but I imagine them in those little plates,
Mhm.
you know, that are not like big, huge boards or plates or something, but those little, really nice, cute looking ones. And you have
Yeah.
a little bit from
Yeah,
here, a
you're
little bit
right.
from
You're
there.
correct. You're correct.
I love the aesthetic of that.
And think
the way it
about the
sounds.
spread all over the table.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic. Wait, what about coffee?
Coffee?
Because we are used to, you know, thinking
Mhm.
that breakfast should be associated with coffee and
coffee.
accompanied with coffee, you know, to
Mhm.
wake up,
Mhm.
to energize.
In Turkey, we are having our breakfast with tea, but after we finish the breakfast, we drink the Turkish coffee after the breakfast.
Because Turkey has a fantastic coffee culture, don't they?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's known for
Let's talk more about coffee.
Not for me
Since I gave
anymore,
up
but
on
yeah,
it.
the
a lot
Turkish
for you.
coffee,
But I
yeah.
mean,
yeah.
it's still a huge part of the culture. Okay. Oh, wow. I love the way it sounds, actually. I feel like I could fit.
Yeah.
What can we say about Russian breakfast?
Some kind of porridge, probably. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Oatmeal
Yeah, buckwheat maybe.
for breakfast?
Why not?
I
With
don't know.
milk.
Really?
Yes.
For me, it sounds, I'm sorry, for me, it sounds like more of a dinner sort of thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So buckwheat with milk. It's like a dinner thing.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like for me, yeah. Guys, we need somebody's
Yeah.
comment on that, please. But yeah, but I would say oatmeal is a very common thing.
Definitely.
Something like apples and so on and so forth. And
Yeah.
normally you cook it just for once, you know, in a
Yeah.
little pot or something.
Fried eggs, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, with some vegetables, maybe.
You know, I've noticed that
It's not traditional though.
we don't have anything that would be said, you know, like, oh, this is so common in there. Because I see people having absolutely different types of breakfast here.
Mhm.
So let's say a lot of people are into oatmeal.
Yeah.
Some people are into like omelets,
Yeah.
well, eggs stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
For some
yeah.
people, it's nothing, you know, they just don't have breakfast at all, which I cannot imagine.
Me neither, actually. I can't understand that. But
Okay,
you can
guys, all right,
probably.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You can never have breakfast.
I don't eat breakfast. I don't know.
Why?
I don't like
You
eating.
just don't
in the
feel
morning.
hungry in the morning.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
But always atmosphere. It's like you set up, you know.
The aesthetics.
Exactly.
Okay. I miss American breakfast because apart from the typical scrambled eggs, you know, the toasts and so on, there were things in my dining hall that I love, which is tater tots. It's some
Come
sort
again?
tater
What?
tots. So tater tots, imagine like, oh my God. Okay, it's like a chicken nugget, but made with potatoes. So it's like kind of crispy.
Croquette kind of.
Ah.
Oh, like a croquette.
Yeah.
Croquette.
Mhm.
That's true. So it's like crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside, made with
it melts
potatoes.
in your mouth. Mhm.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh.
And one more thing that I miss so much is bagels. Oh my God. Cheese and lox bagel, the traditional Jewish way, I'd say, to have breakfast as well. Or some sort, oh my God, yeah, pumpernickel bagel with sausage and egg. So, and the thing
Or
is that,
salmon. Yeah.
yeah, the lox, yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing is that we do have bagels here in Russia in some coffee shops and everything, but what makes them different is that in Russia they seem to be just baked. But in the US they're not. They're boiled first for a couple of minutes and then they're baked, which gives them, you know, this sort of gooey, doughy texture. Literally, first things that I eat when I come to the US every single time is bagels, tater tots. And since I've been living in Massachusetts, that was also I don't want to sound posh, but lobster.
Oh, wow. Not bad.
Well, I mean, you can't find it anywhere here because, living in Siberia,
Exactly.
we're like thousands kilometers away from any
Maybe
sort of
frozen,
ocean.
but I don't think so.
No, it's an
And
abomination.
it will cost, like, I know, thousands and
no.
thousands.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what about any other, let's say, dishes that are cooked for different celebrations? So something typical, something national.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of salads in Russia, obviously.
Salads and pastry in Turkey too.
Mhm.
If
Like
you-
baklava?
Baklava, yeah, or börek, like
Oh, what's
samsa,
that?
like samsa in Russia,
So it's
Like
a-
with meat.
like meat, like a meat pie. So if you like, you can put a meat. If you like, you can put cheese in it, like a triangle
Mhm.
style.
Ooh,
You call it
sounds,
börek.
sounds fantastic. So what are the occasions that you guys make it for?
For example, if you have a birthday and if you're celebrating with
Mhm.
all of your family and friends, so börek, dolma.
Oh, yeah. Well, you
That's
know,
another chapter.
Not
I
my
know
thing,
that
no.
actually regarding that, I know that there has been a lot of, I don't want to say conflict, but
All right.
ideas as to where exactly it originated.
Okay.
Because I know that you guys say that it's from Turkey, the Balkan, people in the Balkans, they're like, well, technically it also originated in the Balkans.
Yeah.
Russians like, well, we have something like that, but we like wrap
Armenia,
it.
yeah, we have also in
Armenia,
Armenia,
yeah.
I represent the both sides of the debate. Like the Greeks say, the right, dolma is our traditional food, and Turkish say, right, dolma is our traditional food. But
Which
I
is
don't care.
why-
I just eat.
I love the topic of cuisines for that because you can see the same things in many cuisines. So
Exactly.
when people ask me, well, when I was living in the US and people ask me, so what is a part of Russian cuisine? What is it like? I said, I'm sorry to our listeners who might disagree with me, but remember, this is just my opinion. So, and it doesn't make it wrong if it's different from yours, but I say there is no such thing as Russian cuisine. There's just not. Why? We have
Okay.
borscht, which
That
is
is
a
a
soup.
great soup.
Yeah,
I like it.
but
don't you think it's
It's Ukrainian.
traditional?
it's
tradition?
Ukrainian
Ukrainian.
/ Polish. So then we have some people say we have, let's say, вареники. I'm like, Ukrainian Polish. So,
Oh.
and nearly everything that we have originated or might have originated somewhere else. That's why, and I love pointing out that Russia has more than 190 ethnicities and each of them has their own cuisine. I'm from Yakutia. So I wouldn't call it Russian cuisine because there is specific Yakutian cuisine. Let's say frozen raw horse liver.
Really?
Horse
Yes.
liver.
Yes, frozen and raw. You just like cut
That
little
would be
slices.
interesting.
Or what is called straganina, which is
Oh,
Beef.
it's like Siberian thing.
it's
Yeah.
raw fish,
All right.
frozen.
That works too. Like
So-
the red one, right?
No,
No.
the white one.
White one. Okay.
So you just slice
Slide
it in tiny, really thin
like
slices.
sheets of.
Yes,
I know
yes.
that, I
Dip
guess,
it in
yeah.
like pepper and salt and just eat it frozen.
It's kind of an Asian, like Vietnamese kind of. Because yeah, that would work.
So yeah, that's why I don't believe that we have like purely Russian cuisine.
Let's say so we have a lot.
Mhm.
But again, it's not like purely Russian.
Yeah. So which one would you tell people about?
Actually, that's funny. I think all the salads, something like that.
Like the Russian salad?
Maybe, but for example, when I was in France and we have this, we had this kind of day of national cuisine and we had to cook, some dishes. And at first, I wanted to cook, pierogi, with,
So the pies.
what is it, cheval or something like that? This,
Oh, yeah. I have no idea
this
how to say
greenery,
that.
yeah. And
Chives?
no.
No.
It's some sort of herb / greenery that is a little bit sour.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to. Maybe it's something like that. I have no idea how
I
to
think
say
it's
that.
purely
Dill
Russian.
or some? No.
No. It looks.
We'll look it up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
look it
that's
up.
true. Yeah, I think it's cheval or something like that.
Might be.
Yeah. But then I decided to make a salad, and it's vinaigrette.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Funny that the word is traditionally
Exactly. It's
from
French.
French.
Exactly. It means vinegar, actually. So, but
Which does not go in the salad,
Exactly.
ironically.
exactly. But I made it, and people were kind of a little bit suspicious at first, because there's
The way
like,
they always are.
of course, there was like beetroot and carrot and some other vegetables.
Yeah, peas.
Peas and
Potato.
cucumbers, pickles, and
Mm-hmm.
so. But people liked it, so it was like vegetarian dish.
You know what's interesting? We have this sort of Russian salad, which in Russian we call olivier, but everywhere in the world it's called Russian salad.
Yeah.
And I saw it being made in the US and I thought that, I wonder what other countries it is in. Apparently they make it in Argentina, like the Russian salad. And I'm not talking about Russians, I'm talking about Argentinians. I was talking to a student of mine from Italy and she's like, yeah, Italians know it and they make it. The only difference is that they make it with prosciutto.
Okay. Sounds good.
So apparently they make it in Spain, in Italy, in Argentina, in quite a lot of countries. So it's kind of spread. Yeah. But you know what's interesting? No matter what cuisine we're talking about, I'm pretty sure that nearly absolutely every single cuisine in the world has its sort of dumplings.
Of course,
yeah.
a month.
Called
family.
their way
Definitely.
with different sort of filling, but every single culture has dumplings.
Yep.
And that's what I love about this world because dumplings are amazing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
mean-
I agree.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Oh la la. Yeah.
Yeah.
So any other traditional dishes that come to
In
mind?
Russia.
In Russia, Turkey.
Dolma, mantı. We have mantı like
Oh, we also have
family.
mantı.
Yeah.
We also have
We also
manti.
have that.
Okay.
They actually call them the same way. We also call them manti.
Okay.
Mhm.
We also have boozy, which is from
Çiberek.
Buryatia.
We have also çiberek.
We also have
Oh.
there.
Oh, really?
It's you know what is fun? You know the situation when people ask you like, so what food is popular in Russia and so on, and you say cheburek, and they ask you what is it, and you say, well, it's dough with
It's a
meat.
dough with meat, yeah.
And then they say,
That's
okay, what
fried.
else? And you're like, samsa,
Yeah, it's börek.
What is
It's
that?
börek.
manti.
Mantı.
Yeah.
Then we
Dolma
have
from
Always dough
Armenia.
with meat.
So, but if we think about like, we also have boozy dumplings. So what else? Bilash.
Oh wow.
And all
Yeah.
of these things are dough with meat.
Yeah.
Absolutely all of them.
It's simple. Yeah, you just take dough, you put meat inside. And
Nothing can go
Close it.
wrong,
Yeah.
technically.
Exactly.
Take-
It will taste
take
good
no risk.
anyway.
What about haladiets? Do you know what that is? It's meat jelly.
Ah.
It's not that bad. It can be good.
I guess I saw it. I saw that. It's like a round kind of.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah,
an
yeah,
Not
yeah.
necessarily round.
I never tried that.
Why not? Scared?
No. I'm okay with all kind of weird food, so I can. But yeah, I would love to.
We're going, I'm so waiting for the after show because we're also going to talk about the strangest, weirdest food that we've tried.
All right.
Keep it until then.
Okay. All right. I have lots of.
So what do you think about, first of all, your own cuisine? So let's say Natalie, Russian or Turkish cuisine. Like, do you love it or do you take it for granted? Like, yeah, okay, it's there.
I can say that for breakfast, I guess. I'm not that much into, all right, the Turkish breakfast is a thing, but okay, all right. But, okay, as you said, like dolma, mantı, like they're all similar kind of variations in other countries. So yeah, I can exclude baklava, I guess.
Because it's sugar with sugar and sugar. Sugar syrup with a little bit of...
Diabetes, why not? Yeah.
It's so tasty. There is one more dessert that is quite popular in Russia from Turkey. So
Turkish delight, probably.
yeah,
Turkish delight.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Much.
It's so
The-
gooey. I
yeah,
love the way that
gooey,
it's so
yeah, I would
gooey,
say,
and you can
yeah.
have so many different
Flavor,
types of it and
Yeah,
flavors.
with nuts, with dried fruits.
Yeah, I brought that in back. When I,
Oh,
Oh.
It's gonna happen again.
So the
right?
thing
I'm
is that-
Just
hang in there.
sugar. Yeah.
So the thing is that I have a sweet tooth.
I
So
don't know at all.
And that's so bad because I can eat anything sugary with absolutely every meal. I can eat it like 4 or 5 times a day
Oh wow.
easily. And my doctor's like, you do understand you should not. Like, but it's so difficult.
I don't wanna.
And she's like, it's some sort of an addiction already. So, because very often I just sit, I'm like, I want something sugary. I'm ready to have, like a cube
Are
of
you
sugar, like
rocking
a whole.
How did you say that?
I need
Just
my
give me
sugar.
Right? It's the time. 2 doses.
The Joel syndrome.
Wow.
But yeah,
Really?
Okay.
I really have a sweet. What's funny though is that when I was in the US, I could not eat supermarket bought cookies or some sort of
They're
dessert.
You bake
sweet,
by yourself?
probably.
Huh?
Like
Too
really
sweet.
sweet.
Too
Yeah.
sweet.
Artificial, right?
There is
Sweetener.
actually a theory about that.
Mm.
Do you want to hear about it?
Of course.
Not that I'm asking, but
Let's go for
as
it.
a host, I have some power. Okay, I'm joking. But the thing is that there is a book which I mentioned in several podcasts in the past, both the podcast about food and the podcast about sweet, salt, sugar, and fat, because we had a separate podcast about that. But there is a certain level which is called the bliss point. The bliss point shows the level of sugar that you still find pleasant. Once you cross this level, it feels sickening. You know, you can't have it anymore. And this bliss point is different for each country. So let's say in Russia, throughout history, we mostly used sugar made out of beetroot, so beet sugar, which is less sweet than what they normally use in the US, which
Sugar
is
cane.
sugar cane and corn syrup
yeah.
these days. So that's why what they find still nice and pleasant regarding sweets is not what we would find,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
pleasant
Interesting.
regarding sweetness. So yeah, that's why I could not eat sweets over there. The only sweets I ate were the ones I bought in a Russian shop.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Homesick.
Sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite cuisine though?
Anything Asian.
I like food.
Yeah.
I just like food.
So you're like, I do not differentiate, you know, like distinguish. I just like everything.
I don't like sweets. Like, don't want to hurt your feelings, but I
No,
don't
I'm
like
good.
sweets. Seriously.
The less you eat, the more I have.
Makes sense. But yeah, I like, you know, like natural food in a way, but that is good. Like with a lot of spices, something like that has its specific taste. That's why I didn't like Chinese cuisine probably too much, because they have a lot of, you know, like, you know, these specific additives that they add like to enhance
they add
the soy sauce, oyster
no.
sauce.
There is what's it called? There is the special additives.
like glutamate. Whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I know they call it the magic salt or something.
It's like
so the
taste enhancer, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And they add it everywhere. Like you want to eat a soup and they add it there. And it tastes good, but it's like too much, you know.
Too much flavor.
yeah.
Until you mentioned spices, I was going to suggest some sort of Mediterranean cuisine because they all use natural.
It's a bit plain to me, I think. I mean, I like all of it.
Okay, so like
Like a lot
too
of herbs.
spicy,
So
not your
yeah.
thing, but at the same
Not
time,
even spicy, I would say. I like spices, but not like, you know, something that is artificial.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the point.
Thai cuisine?
I love Thai cuisine. Yeah, a lot of herbs, a lot of taste. Like it's
They
delicious.
use the lemongrass as well.
Yeah.
or whatever
Exactly, I
it's
love
called.
it. I love it. Yeah. Or
So-
soups. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can settle down on Thai then for you.
But again, every cuisine, French cuisine, I love it, but it's like a bit too buttery because, you know, every time you cook French food, it's like kilogram of butter
Yes.
list, you know,
yes,
which is good, but not really healthy.
they
you
die
know?
young but happy.
Exactly. And that's their philosophy.
Okay.
So
Anything Asian. Vietnamese, Thai, Japanese.
Oh.
on the
Japanese,
Western side, I can say Italian and Turkish and Greek.
Mm-hmm.
mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
Ooh, I might sound basic, I think, but I'm all in for Italian. So all the pizza, pasta, and the way that it's done, you know, like naturally,
Mhm.
not.
Mhm.
So that's, I'm a huge fan of that, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on, I have a sweet tooth. So gelato, tiramisu, cannoli. I miss cannoli.
Don't forget the cannoli.
Only last year we have one single restaurant in Novosibirsk which started to make cannoli. Luckily, they're situated 10 minutes away from my home.
Oh my, all right. It's in heaven.
I feel like soon I'm coming in. They're like, we have no cannoli anymore. You ate them all. So, but yeah, but Italian it is. I don't know much about French cuisine though. Like I've never tried the genuine French cuisine. So because I feel like what might be sold here under the name of French cuisine is not really French cuisine. So I would love to try it right there on the spot.
I've never tried it in Novosibirsk or in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, a lot of butter. Yeah, a lot of butter.
Well,
Seriously.
I support the opinion of what's her name, Julia Child, who believed that you can't spoil a thing with butter.
Yeah.
So I support this opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I hope nobody's going to get offended by the next question, but is there a cuisine that you hate? Maybe it's just not your thing. Okay, don't want to say hate, but just cuisine that's not your thing.
I would say Chinese probably.
Chinese. Okay,
Yeah, but again,
why
depends.
so?
It depends. So some things I like, for example, dumplings. They're kind of interesting, yeah.
Is that dumplings?
Yeah.
Me and my love for dumplings.
But again, all this chemistry, that they add into the food, probably not a big fan. What else? I think, just Chinese. But again, I kind of like it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like really against it or something. But yeah, not my thing.
I have kind of the same thing because I love Chinese food, but when it's what is called white Chinese food.
Exactly.
So when they adapt it for people who have zero spice tolerance, because I feel like I have zero spice tolerance.
Really?
I can't eat anything spicy. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the friends who I go to like tom yum places with, they're like taking tom yum. And you know how you can choose the level?
Yeah.
From like
zero.
one, from
Mild
like
to-
one, I'm saying, can I get the least spicy? And I'm like, oh, that's a little bit spicy. And my friends just look at me. Are you kidding right now? I'm like, no, I'm not. I have zero spice tolerance. Like when it's really spicy.
But actually, can kind of grow it, can develop this spice tolerance.
That's true.
Easily.
Yeah, you can. Do I want to? That's another point.
Yeah, also, makes sense. When I first came to Indonesia and I tried different dishes there, everything was like really spicy to me. Like I couldn't eat anything, like even some soups, which were like really plain to, local taste. But then I kind of liked it. So then I went to Thailand and
To agree on you.
Exactly. But now I think I've burnt all my, what they called like
The taste buds.
Taste buds.
yeah, exactly. So and now I have I can eat really spicy food and not feel anything.
It's, I love watching the videos with hot takes, where celebrities, so the videos on YouTube called hot takes where celebrities try hot wings and some of them like because you're supposed to try like 10 or however many you can try like hot wings with different hot sauces. And most likely and more often than not, they try like take one bite and they're like, oh my God, milk. And then I watched a video with Pedro Pascal and he's like, I like it. Give me another one. And he ate like 10. And by the end of it, he's like, do I still have a tongue? And I'm like, that's how you know he's Latin. He's originally from Chile. And I'm like, okay, so like people from Latin America have a whole different level of like spice tolerance, just like they do in, I think, Thailand, China, and so on. Yeah. What about cuisine that is not really your thing, that you're not
I guess
really
it's
into?
Indian. I'm not into much curry or that kind of stuff because it doesn't make sense. It's not a food, but it's a food. I don't know. I don't like curry.
You just add rice and it's food.
Yeah, and I don't know. Rice.
I love
rice is not that not weapon of choice, I guess. Even if I'm Turkish, rice is a huge part in Turkish cuisine, but
in Russian it's not, surprisingly.
I'm not into that.
We don't have a lot of dishes with rice. Potato, I would say.
Yeah, so I would say that our staple, so our basis is potato.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I love Indian cuisine for naan bread.
Naan.
Oh my God. And there is one type of naan.
Garlic.
Which
naan.
Garlic naan is fantastic. But there is also some sweet naan bread with coconut.
Of course, sweet. All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Although I do have one sad story with Indian cuisine because I once ordered Indian cuisine on the 30th of December. Got really bad food poisoning, and on the New Year's Eve I could not eat anything. It was just water, plain water. And I was celebrating that New Year alone, just so you understand the whole
with your
misery.
Water bottle, right?
Yeah, it was me, a dog that I was dog sitting, and a bottle of water. That's it, all alone.
That's life, as Sinatra says.
Yeah, that's true. But since we're talking about food, let's talk about such aspect as going out. So in the culture of restaurant culture in different countries. So let's say tipping. What's the situation with tipping in Russia and in Turkey?
You usually tip. again, 10%,
10%
I would say.
or 15%.
Is it optional or is it obligatory?
It's optional.
It's optional.
You
Do
should
you
do
tip?
it. Yeah, usually I do.
You tip.
In restaurants, yeah. In cafes, it's not common, I think.
Yeah, it's same like 10 or 15%. It's
Optional.
It's optional, but you mostly tip. When you go to a restaurant and ask for the bill, you just put a little bit more than what you need to pay.
What I love about nowadays is that, you know how earlier it used to be only cash? So like meaning if you wanted to tip, you had to have cash on you. But nowadays, nobody uses cash. So they have that sort of digital tip. So you just scan a QR code.
Tip the carrier, yeah.
Yeah. And you just do that. What is interesting is that in the US, they call it optional, but it's
Not off. Yeah.
it is
Yeah,
not.
you
It is
must.
not
You must
optional,
tip.
so it's kind of obligatory, and it's from 15 to 25%. And technically, if you don't tip, because you can do it, but you better not ever go back to that place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like no,
So what will happen if you do come back?
I don't know, but you
They
don't.
sir, maybe.
Well, you know the rule: don't ever annoy somebody who has access to your food or drink.
Ew.
It's like, yeah, but no, really. They say in the US there is a saying that if you can't afford tipping, just don't
Go out, yeah.
because people rely on this. They
Yeah, of
have
course.
less than minimum wage, so they get like $3-4 per hour. So your tips is their life.
Lifesaver, yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's kind of obligatory. So what is tricky though is that sometimes you get the bill and you ask to split the bill, and then you see the thing is that in the US you have your sort of bill and so on, and then below you add with a pen, you just write down how much tip you want to live, and they charge it from your card.
Oh, nice.
And below on that receipt, very often they have like say 10% tip would be this much, 15% tip would be this much. You're like, hey, I don't need to count. Fantastic. What they don't tell you is that if you split the bill, they write the tip for the whole bill.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, $15. Okay. So you like leave or like, $10, $15 or whatever is written, only then to realize that that was the tip for the whole bill. And then everybody left the same thing. And you're like,
Ooh.
okay. Fine.
What is good for the waiter?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, for the server. What about in general the quality and let's say the service? Because let's say in the US there's one more thing. In the meantime, while you're enjoying your meal, they will come to you like 4-5 times asking, everything good? How do you find everything? Do you enjoy everything? And you're like sitting there chewing like,
Yeah, I'm
just
hungry.
nodding like really woman, man, server.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, same in Turkey.
Same in
The
Turkey.
waiter comes and asks, all right, would you like to have anything else, or how is your food, or
What would you say
whatever,
about
like
Russia?
coffee or whatever.
They don't usually do it unless it's like a really fancy place, I think.
And I love that about Russia. So you can just enjoy your thing in peace. And then
Quietly,
when they
yeah.
notice that you have an empty plate, they just come, take it away with no questions asked.
No, they can ask actually.
That's
When they pick up
Sometimes. Yeah.
the plate, they can ask.
Did you like everything? Yeah. So I kind of love it. That Actually, if you guys are into this topic of cooking, we have a whole episode devoted to restaurant culture, cooking, and so on. So we had different guests back then. So which means that we talked about different experiences. So make sure to check this out. And one more thing we discussed there, and we're going to discuss now, is cooking versus taking out, or rather, let's make it a little bit more expanded. Cooking versus takeout versus delivery. Meaning when you get delivered the food, in boxes with the name like breakfast, lunch, dinner, so you don't have to plan a whole thing. Which one are you more into?
All of it.
All of it?
It depends. It depends. I don't know. I can cook occasionally if I feel some special occasion.
Inspiration.
And if I have the correct equipment with me, I can do my signature dish. All
Which
right.
is
Which is salmon, baked salmon, and potatoes with asparagus.
Not bad.
feel free to invite.
No, right.
any of
I
us
don't have
on
the
your
equipment to just bake that everything. And I need a
Okay.
kitchen, like an industrial one or like normal one.
at least a normal one,
Yeah, that
an
works, yeah.
industrial one. Like,
Yeah.
okay, setting the bar a little high, so let's just settle down for a
Yeah,
normal
anytime. If you provide me the space, I would love to.
one.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mostly, takeout.
Have you ever tried the delivery where you get delivered the whole ration?
Yeah, Yandex is cool. Yandex Eats
okay,
is cool. It's a cool option. But I guess we have another one, like Delivery Club. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, but
the
in
green
there-
one, I haven't tried that.
Yeah, it is delivery club, but the thing is that they kind of deliver food from a restaurant, right?
Mhm.
So when you choose, let's say, okay, it's one meal or two meals,
Mhm.
there are special services, however, where you choose the calorie intake you need, any sort of dietary restrictions that you have, and the amount of days. And they bring you bags with like containers, and each bag is for one day, and you have that breakfast.
It's
lunch.
a meal plan, yeah.
Like
it's
a meal plan. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I heard a lot of good reviews about that because especially if you tell all your dietary restrictions in the first place before ordering, or your calorie intake or what you like, dislike, it might save so much time. Especially now in our, fast-paced world where time is so precious.
Have you tried it actually?
I would love to. I do not know many companies that do that here in Novosibirsk, but I would love to kind of, well, the thing is that I would love to, but at the same time, I love cooking.
Same thing.
I enjoy it
Yeah.
so much. For me, cooking like twice a day, if I have the time, is absolutely not a problem.
It's
I
like
love
therapy.
it.
Yeah, I would
Noodles.
say.
No. Well, you know what? It was kind of challenging though, because last month or like a month and a half ago, on the 9th of February, there was a gas explosion next to my building. So
yeah.
we had no gas for 1 month. So which means that we had to get creative because I only had a multi-cooker and an air fryer. So I could not boil things basically. So I had to be creative and actually cook something. So that was challenging. But I can say that I unlocked a whole new level of creativity.
Actually, when I was living in Thailand, I didn't have, any devices, to cook, any equipment. A stove, I didn't have it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't have anything, just a kettle. So, and then I bought, some kind of like a multi-cooker.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But there were, different setups, I would call them. So there was a grill, there was like kind of a saucepan, there was a frying pan and so on. So, and you could change it actually, And then I was kind of, experimenting with it. Yeah.
Creating.
Like what I can do actually with that.
But no stove. Oh my
Exactly,
goodness.
exactly. So at
How long
first-
did you
at
live
first.
there?
So in that apartment, it was like 3 months, I think, something like that. Yeah. But again, in Thailand, the culture of takeaway food is like really developed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
eating
and Vietnam
out,
too, yeah.
takeaway.
So
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
not that more expensive from cooking.
Not at all. I think it's cheaper even.
Cheaper,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah. You can
Oh,
get
that's
a
interesting.
whole meal for like 100 rubles,
Uh-huh.
Like-
Wow.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tom yum soup or again noodles. I mean, good noodles, not instant ones.
The rice, the rice noodle with prawns or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Well,
that's
So that's why I
stayed there
a
so
good
long.
choice.
That's why there's basically
Yeah.
no necessity to cook there.
Exactly. Unless you want to eat something, healthier, probably. Like, for example, at first, I don't know, 6-7 months in Thailand, I was basically, getting takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, cooking a little bit with this device, but mainly, it was takeaway and eating out. But then I decided to eat a bit healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I started cooking by myself. So I was boiling chicken
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, like chicken breast, and like buckwheat even actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So all this stuff, it was like really, really healthy. And then, so I had, at this moment, I already had a proper kitchen, like with the oven even, and stuff like that.
Aw.
And
Yeah.
then magic happened after
Exactly.
that. Right?
Yeah.
I know that in a lot of countries like Thailand, Korea, I'm not sure about Japan, they have rice cookers everywhere.
Yay.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
It's the first thing you get when you move into an apartment. In Indonesia especially.
And 10 kilograms of rice. A bit bag,
Yeah, the bag.
With
Huge
that
bags,
bag, yeah.
really 50 kilograms, I don't know, something.
I remember when I was going to a Korean supermarket in the US, because that was the place to get fruit and veggies, because in American supermarkets they kind of left much to be desired. So and I remember seeing those huge bags of rice, because people normally buy that in bulk.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
of course.
that's true. That's true. So what could be the disadvantages of takeout though? So because it's fast in places like Thailand, it's also much cheaper sometimes. But what can be the disadvantages?
You can control what is put in your food. Like, for example, a lot of
The
oil.
sanit, yeah.
Yeah.
The sanitary.
Yeah, also
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And that,
But
that's
I've never
something.
had any troubles with, food poisonings.
Me
Thailand,
neither. Me neither.
Indonesia.
And in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah. was good.
Within the several years that you lived there, you never had a food poisoning?
No, not at all.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. In the after show, I'm going to explain some like extremes. So even that, they didn't break me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So guys, now you just have to stay for the after show. Just have to. Just put in the Telegram search, Big Apple chatbot, or go to our website to find the link, and you'll get there. I'm having a feeling that there might be some interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we have a couple of minutes left, and what we're going to do with you guys is have a little bit of a blitz, some sort of questionnaire. I'm just going to ask you a question, and you'd say quickly, simple, yes, no, or just answer, in a short way.
All right.
Pineapples on pizza, yes or no?
No. More no than yes, I would say.
Keep yourself together, Katya.
Come on. This is food. You need to just eat and feel full. And pineapple is a fruit. You eat fruit after the food.
What about tomatoes?
What do you mean about tomatoes?
I mean, they are also kind of fruit.
That's technicalities.
If they're shredded a little bit, not like a whole slice.
What if you shred pineapples? What if you shred pineapples?
It's sweet.
Not necessarily, actually. It's usually sour.
Not for me, Natasha.
Okay.
Don't try to convince me.
Actually, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this.
I know.
So Katya and her sweet tooth. Yay!
What about you?
Seriously, like
Yay!
Yeah, come on. Okay, let's go.
So
Second one.
it was like, it was nice knowing you, Katya. Have a good life.
Yeah.
In another life. Let's see another life. Yeah.
A question to be hated for by Italians. Do you twirl your spaghetti or cut it up?
Twirl.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
So if you cut up your spaghetti, it was nice knowing you as well.
Yeah. Like, how can you even
Use a scissors.
Click. No. Okay, cola or Pepsi?
Cola, but I don't drink any.
I don't drink it anymore. Yeah. Coca-Cola.
I've never liked it.
Yeah.
Like once a year, maybe.
I used to. What about you?
I don't really drink any sort of
Dr.
soda.
Pepper.
But I love Dr. Pepper though. But I drink it
cherry,
like
right?
once a year or something.
Yeah.
But I have to come clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't notice any difference between cola and Pepsi.
Just
One
maybe
is more sugary and
like maybe if I
acidic.
have like 2 cups, one having cola, one having Pepsi, and I have to try them one by one.
You can differentiate, huh?
Yeah, maybe I would be able to at least notice the difference. But normally I do not feel the difference. Like, no?
All right, let's
Probably
say
not.
Sprite, then just
Then you would probably feel the difference. Yeah.
Have you noticed how Sprite from McDonald's is the fizziest drink possible? Really, if you ever try it from there, it feels like it's getting through your teeth. It's melting everything away.
Yeah.
I haven't
and you
drunk
burp
it for,
immediately after that. Yeah,
years,
after one sip.
10 years maybe, seriously.
It's
huge fan.
actually
So
really good
It's so sweet.
for cleaning.
Yeah.
No, really, when you have some sort of rust, put a fizzy
put
drink
it
in
in
there,
there.
and it kind of all these
Pop it up,
bubbles.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's because of the gas.
There is I do not know whether it's a myth or not, but they say that in some countries, police officers use fizzy drinks to clean blood.
Might be.
Oh
Might
my,
be.
okay. CSI.
But again, it's
Alright.
not because of the chemicals, but it's because of the gas.
And
it's-
acidic. Yeah.
Acidic,
exactly.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
acid.
Are burgers and hot dogs sandwiches?
Buns.
Kind of.
Yeah, but you have a bun, a filling, and a bun. So technically, it makes it a
Technically,
sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah. But what about the Subway sub then? What is that?
Abomination.
All right, let's go.
Okay,
then.
no.
Terminate us.
No, okay, no offense. But no, it's a sub. A sub. Well, a sub is technically also a sandwich. It has 2 layers of bread and something in between. Although I wouldn't say that burgers and hot dogs are sandwiches. It's like a whole separate
Yeah, definitely.
World,
section.
yeah.
It's like
So you agree?
dumplings and,
Yeah, okay.
in different cultures.
Okay.
Sandwiches.
How do you open a banana? From the tip or from the base?
What is the tip and what is the
split
base?
it.
Yeah, that's a good way too, actually. You can
No, are you serious right now?
No, I'm just kidding. Just peel it on top. Man.
So let's say the base is where you have this sort of a thing that
I use this.
Stem. Yeah.
So
Yeah, stem.
stem. So
Uh-huh.
you
Stem for me.
you clean it from the stem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Stem.
it from the top, from the
I used
tip.
to do that, but with the stem, it's much more comfortable.
And
And
the
you don't have
thing-
to bite it or something.
And the thing is
But
that
just a peel. That's all right.
and the thing is that it's more convenient for me to do it from the tip. And sometimes when I can't really, like take it off, I just
tear it off.
I
Give
just
it a
cut
mouth,
it.
right? Yeah.
I give it like a a bite and then like
Yeah.
open it out.
Huh?
What comes first, cereal or milk?
Cereal.
Yeah, unanimously.
Yay. Okay.
Unanimously cereal.
cereal, of
If
course.
you're putting milk first, it's a little bit, it gives a psychopathic
Exactly.
Yeah,
vibe.
it's
You're
kind of
sorry.
kind of a disorder. Yeah. Serial
probably.
killer.
Probably.
So how, what do you think? How many followers are we going to lose after this blitz?
many.
You know?
Good riddance.
Bear with us, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Bear
don't
with
forget
us.
to write your preference. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but it's so interesting, yeah, how different people do things differently and so on. All righty. Well, I hope, guys, that was interesting for you both, for the listeners and for you, my dear guests.
That's great.
So make sure to stay with us for the after show, where we're going to talk about the worst, the strangest food that we've ever tried, and try some snacks from different countries.
Okay.
Also, if you find it interesting to, watch videos, listen to podcasts where people try different food, we have a whole episode of a podcast where Ken from the Philippines and Michael from Nigeria try Russian snacks. You can find it on our website, BigAppleSchool.com/podcasts. And the name of the episode, if I'm not mistaken, is Snacks. Yeah, just as simple as that. So, guys, and make sure to leave some comments. We're always there to talk to you, interested in what you think about the podcast and everything with you. So stay tuned for the further episodes.
Yeah.
So,
See ya.
see ya.
Yeah.